Chapter 34. Cousins. Defeated, I head back out to the deck where I was before I left. I don't think Daddy has missed me. I'm standing there staring out into the woods when I hear a car pulling in. I glance around the side of the cabin to see an SUV pulling to the front of it. I run back to the side door, which leads to the kitchen, and head in urgently. Daddy! I yell out, glancing around the kitchen and then heading to the living room. Daddy! He is standing up from the couch as I come in. His eyes are worried from my alarm. What is it, Missy? He asks. Someone is here. Who's here? I don't know, but a cart just pulled in. I head to the stairway, ready to hide upstairs. Daddy looks out the window. It's my cousins. They can't be here, I say. We can't have anyone here with Fred. I'll go talk to them. He walks out onto the front porch. I stand behind the front door, holding it mostly closed, yet still peeking out and listening. Several car doors open and close. Heather, Mark, my father greets them warmly. Daniel, what are you doing here? A woman's voice answers. I assume that's Heather, who I met only briefly at my mother's funeral. Just having a little getaway. Kids, get back in the car for a minute, Heather says sternly. But, Mom, two voices respond nearly in unison. Do what I say. There was no back talking this time. Heather's voice is quieter and closer when she speaks again. I can't tell if she looks more angry or concerned. Daniel, you know the police are looking for you, right? They've contacted everyone in the family asking if we know where you are. What is going on with you and Missy? Well, my father begins slowly. He lifts his arms out and then they fall to his side. His head drops. I hold my breath, wondering what he is going to tell her. My eyes move from the back of his head to her face. It's complicated, Heather, Daddy sighs. Really complicated. Well, then start talking. When she puts a fist on her hip, I assume she's getting angry now. From what I can piece together, you or Missy is wanted for murder charges. Can you explain that? Yeah, we're innocent. Both of us. That is why we're here. I don't know where else to go. Go to the police, Daniel. I have a sinking feeling in my stomach. This isn't going to end well if Heather thinks we should go to the police. I can't, Heather. He shakes his head. They can't help us. We have to figure this out on our own. Figure what out? She rolls her eyes. Daddy lowers his voice. It's Missy, Heather. She's in trouble. Something awful, something evil is following her. It's killing people and making it look like it was her. She is in danger. I have to hide her. I have to protect her. You would do the same for Billy or Molly. Daddy sounds desperate and scared now. I'm suddenly trembling in fear. Daniel, this is crazy. She turns to the vehicle and then back to him. Why shouldn't I call the police right now? Because they'll take my daughter away and she will die. This evil will kill her. Daniel, you're scaring me. Is Missy here? Can I see her? Yeah, of course she's here with me. Daddy opens the door. Come on out and help me talk to Heather. I step out onto the front porch reluctantly. Hi, Missy, Heather says in a soft voice. I can see both her kids in the car, and Mark is standing by the driver's side door. I stand right up against my father's legs, wanting to feel reassured that he is near. It's okay, Missy, Heather says. You remember me, right? Uh-huh. I nod my head as I speak. Are you doing all right, sweetheart? Is everything okay? She kneels in front of me so that our eyes are at the same height. I have to fight my urge to scream at her and tell her no. Everything isn't all right. Nothing is okay. And it is so much worse now that she won't leave. You shouldn't be here, I say in as calm a voice as I can muster. It's not safe. I'm not safe. Heather seems uneasy and glances up at my father. Then she looks back at me. What do you mean you aren't safe? Are you scared, Missy? Has someone said they're going to hurt you? You can tell me. I nod when she asks if I'm scared. It's not safe to be around me. I don't want to hurt anyone, but I can't control it. You should take your family and go. How are you going to hurt anyone? Heather asks. My father butts in then. It's not safe for you to be here. We are here so no one else gets hurt. Heather glares at my father and stands up. Something isn't right here, Daniel, and you know it. You can't just hide away here with your daughter. She begins backing towards her car. Daddy leans down and turns me around so I'm looking into his eyes. We can't let them leave, Missy, he whispers. She's gonna go call the police, and they will come and lock us up. But maybe I should be locked up, I whisper. No, we won't be able to see each other ever again if the police come. Do you want that? No. I can't believe what he's asking me to do. These people are our friends and family. I glance behind me and see that Heather has reached her car door and is climbing in. Daddy shakes my shoulders. You have to stop them. Now, Missy, he yells to my face. My whole body is trembling. I can't make a decision. How many more people are going to die just so we can stay together? It isn't fair. Missy, Daddy yells again. I hear the car backing out of the driveway. Tears stream down my cheeks and sweat beads on my forehead. From the half-open door to the inside, I see giant Fred staring at me. He is willing to eat. He is always willing to eat. His body pulses with excitement. A drop of venom falls from one of his fangs. Missy! I hear Daddy yell, but I can't take my eyes from Fred's giant ones. Get them, I whisper to Fred. They're gone. Oh shit, Daddy exclaims. I turn and see the vehicle backing onto the road. Maybe I was too late, but the car accelerates forward and then veers off into the ditch. Daddy runs off the porch and up the driveway. I follow at a walk with Fred pulsing behind me. I know what we are going to find in the car, and I don't want to see it. I'm not very far from the house when Daddy runs back down the driveway. He stops and kneels in front of me, pulling me into a hug. Good job, Missy. Good job. You did what you had to do. Then he releases me and pulls me back towards the house. I need to go move the vehicle. I'll drive it a ways away from here and make it look like they never made it here. Then I'll walk back. He is inside, looking through the coat closet now. I stand at the doorway, watching him. I feel numb. If this is the only way we can stay together, if I have to keep killing people, then it isn't worth it. I don't want this. I don't want anything to do with it. Daddy pulls out 2 gloves and puts them on. You need to stay here, Missy, he instructs. I won't be back for several hours. I need to drive them far enough away that it looks right. He kneels again to look me in the eye. We'll be all right, understand? I nod my head. My words have all disappeared. He kisses my forehead and hugs me tightly. Be safe, be smart, he says. And then he leaves me all alone with Fred. I watch through the trees from the front porch as he returns to the vehicle and drives away. I stand there long after he's gone, not knowing what to do with myself. But this has to end, and the only way to end it may be to end myself. How do you kill yourself? I wonder. I turn and look at Fred. His legs are almost as tall as I am. Our eyes are nearly level with each other. Too bad you weren't a horse, I say aloud to him. At least that would be a fun pet to have, not a giant spider that kills people. Will you kill me, Fred? Fred stares at me with his unblinking eyes, unmoving. Kill me, Fred, I say more forcefully. The giant arachnid doesn't move. Kill me, I shout. No response. Kill me, I scream at him. Kill me, kill me. Nothing. I sit down and sob into my hands. I never asked for this, I tell Fred when I can speak again. I never asked for you. I look up at him now. Why won't you just go away? There is no sympathy from the tarantula. Maybe I don't have to kill myself. Maybe I can kill Fred. I should have tried from the beginning before he got this big. But how was I to know that this is what was going to happen? There are knives in the kitchen. I can get one and attack Fred with it. If I can't kill him, maybe he will kill me instead. Or at least I can kill myself with the knife. Chapter 35. Fight. I head to the kitchen and Fred follows. I start opening random drawers looking for the knives. I don't know where anything is in this cabin. The only knives that I find in the drawers are butter knives. Those aren't going to help. There have to be sharp knives here somewhere. I scan the countertops. Finally, I see on the wall under the microwave and above the stove a row of knives attached to the wall. I'm too short to reach them on my own, so I get a dining room chair and push it up against the stove. There are many shapes and sizes of knives there. I don't know which one is best. I choose a long, skinny one, the second longest one there, thinking it will be the easiest and most effective for me to use. With the knife in hand, I turn and face Fred as he sits unsuspectingly in the middle of the kitchen. Or maybe I just think he's unsuspecting. I stand there for some time, wondering how to even begin to do this. What happened to the sweet little spider that would sit on my shoulder and sleep on my pillow with me? I want to cry thinking about it now. How did he morph into something so big and evil? Was he always just waiting for me to grow up enough that I could help him with his need to kill? I studied him, wondering where his weak spots are. Do I go for the eyes? There are 8 of them. It would take a while to stab each one so he couldn't see. I don't know what else to do, so I walk up to him and hesitantly reach out my hand with the knife. My heart pounds within my chest. He stares at me passively. He has to know that I mean to harm him. I get closer and closer. The hand holding the knife is wet with sweat. I worry I will drop it. Now I'm standing right in front of him, between his large front legs, mere inches from his fangs. I raise the knife in one hand, and my legs are knocked out from underneath me in one smooth sweep of his front leg. I'm on the floor, and the knife slides from my hand and across the floor to stop under a chair. Fred towers over me from this position. It's terrifying. I crawl away before I even stand up, hoping that he doesn't follow me. When I glance over my shoulder, he hasn't moved. I take a few deep breaths and look around for the knife a moment before finding it. Keeping my eyes on Fred, I make my way slowly to the chair above it. When I reach down to pick it up, Fred flattens me again. I'm knocked into the chair this time, and the knife slides up against the wall. I crawl to it now, under the table. Before I can reach it, the table is lifted and knocked aside. Fred reaches the knife first and kicks it away across the room. I'm under him now. I can feel the weight of his great body pressing down on me as he never lifts it very far from the floor. I roll over and see his great fangs just above my face. If he were to bite down now, it would probably be a swift death. Just kill me, I scream up at him. He doesn't move or respond. Kill me, eat me, I yell. No matter how much I beg or plead, Fred does nothing. Fine, I say. Don't then, but move off me. Fred doesn't budge. It's becoming difficult to breathe, and I begin panicking. I don't want to die slowly, suffocating to death. I try to push him away. He doesn't move. I'm able to wiggle myself around, so my upper body is no longer underneath him. There is enough room then for me to roll to my stomach and pull myself out. Fred turns so he can watch me now. If I can't kill him, maybe I can kill myself. My thoughts return to the idea of the knife. There are more on the stove. I return to the chair and carefully climb up, watching to see if Fred is going to knock me from it. He is still just watching. I get a slightly smaller knife this time and climb down from the chair with it. I stand there holding it in front of me, and I realize that I haven't the faintest idea what to do with it. Do I plunge it into my stomach? Should I try to stab my heart? How badly is it going to hurt, and how quickly will it kill me? All these questions flood my mind at once. My palms are dripping with sweat. Will the knife slip if I try anything now? I wipe my palms on my pants to dry them off a little. I can't try anything extreme until I know how bad it's going to hurt. I decide to test the knife out on my hand first. After wiping my palms again, I run the knife along the back of my left hand. The pain is sharp and biting. I yelp and drop the knife. My hand is bleeding. Droplets run down onto the floor. I grab the kitchen towel from the stove and wrap it around my wound and sit down on the chair, feeling defeated. I glance up to see Fred watching me, and I get the feeling that he is laughing at me. He didn't try to stop me because he knew I wasn't going to be able to go through with it. You jerk, I say to Fred. I blame him for all of this. He's the one who put me in this situation, and now I need to come up with another idea of how to stop him. I wander through the house thinking, nothing in the kitchen is going to help me. In the living room is a fireplace. For a moment, I contemplate starting a fire and burning down the house. I could run upstairs, trapping Fred with me, but what if he realized what was happening and jumped out? There's no way I could make sure that he stayed there, and burning sounds like a horrible death. I head to the bathroom and look in the cabinets. There are medicines in there, but they all have lids that I can't open. I'm at a total loss. There's nothing to do but just sit and wait for Daddy to come home. Chapter 36. Caught. Daddy comes home late in the day. When he sees me, he stands for a moment with his mouth agape. I have a bandage wrapped around my cut hand. My cheek is bruised from one of the times that I fell. I'm sitting in the living room waiting for him. What happened to you, Missy? He kneels next to me and takes me in his arms. Then he looks up and sees the dining room table is upside down. I wasn't strong enough to put it back right. What the hell happened here while I was gone? He begins unwrapping my hand to inspect it. Fred, I say as an explanation. Fred cut your hand? Well, I cut my hand. What were you doing? Trying to kill Fred. Daddy hugs me close. I'm upset, but I have no tears left. I have failed at the one thing I needed to do. Did Fred attack you? He holds me by my shoulders so he can look me in the eyes, his face dark and wrinkled in worry. I shake my head. No, I attacked him. He only defended himself. Thank goodness. I didn't feel like we should be thinking anything. I would be thankful had I succeeded in killing myself or Fred, but apparently I can only kill other people. Daddy cleans and bandages my hand. After a quiet dinner, we both go to bed exhausted. I'm hoping that I'll figure something else out in the morning. When I awake, I know something is different, but it takes a little time for me to figure out what. Then it hits me hard, like a punch deep in my gut. The walls and ceiling are covered with hundreds of baby spiders. The nest hatched, and now there are so many more to feed Fred. He will become even more enormous when all these spiders have done their job. It's all so overwhelming that I can't cry or scream. It is my worst possible nightmare. Even worse than losing Daddy, because I believe that Fred will make me kill him eventually. I have no more time to mourn my plight, because from outside comes a loud, booming voice. Daniel Carter, come out with your hands in the air. We have you surrounded. The police found us. They probably found Heather's car, too. Of course, we can't hide from them forever. Daddy comes running upstairs. Missy, he calls out quietly. I'm here, I respond from my spot still on the bed. Daddy, what do we do? Daddy grabs me and sits down on the floor holding me in his arms. I don't know. His hand is frantically stroking my hair and it kind of hurts. We just need to give ourselves up, I say. I want the relief of knowing this is over. I don't know, he repeats. I don't want to lose you. You are all I have. Yes, but what kind of life is this, hiding all the time? Feed me, Fred whispers. I can't believe he's hungry so soon. He just had 4 people yesterday. My stomach churns. His appetite has increased with his size. This is your last chance, the voice from outside says. Come out with your hands up. We have to go, Daddy, I whisper. He nods his head and stands up, holding me in his arms. He carries me down the stairs, followed by Fred. Fred is staring at me with adamant eyes. He is going to get vicious soon if he doesn't get what he wants. I can't give in to him now, though, or he'll attack Daddy. If I wait until we are outside, nothing is stopping him from killing everyone outside once I give the word. I'm sick to my stomach with dread and anticipation. At the front door, Daddy sets me down. Be brave, he says. I nod my head. He opens the door and steps out with his hands high in the air. I peek out from behind him and am shocked by how many cars and police are out there. I count 6 vehicles, but there could be more. There are policemen up by their vehicles using them as shields. Seeing no point in remaining hidden, I walk out onto the porch as well. Maybe they will shoot me and my nightmare will be over. But once they see me, I hear the word spreading. Don't shoot, there's a child. I hear voices on either side of us. Nice and easy, Mr. Carter. That's it. Walk down the steps, away from the child. Turning left and right, I see more police up against the sides of the house. Guns raised. They are only pointed at my daddy. Don't they know that I am the real danger? It's not his fault, I call out. Don't hurt him. I'm the one you want. I'm the one that killed all the people. I put my hands in the air to get their attention and walk down the steps as well. Fred follows. Feed me, he commands. I make up my mind that I won't. I'm not giving in. This can end right here. The police make their way towards us, one step at a time. I'm beginning to relax. This is what I want. Suddenly, a searing pain erupts in my shoulder as Fred sinks his fangs into me. I scream out in agony, gasping for air. Daddy turns. Missy, he cries, moving toward me. Shots ring out and Daddy falls to the ground. He stares at me, unmoving. I run to his side and pull at him desperately, screaming, Daddy! Over and over. How could they do this? Why did they shoot him and not me? I don't notice that the police have crept closer until they are pulling me from my father's body. I kick and scream, wanting to be left with him. They just took all I had left, and now they are taking me away. Feed me. I look up through my tears at Fred. Yes, I can feed him. There is no reason to ever stop feeding him now. I have nothing left to live for. I look around at all the infant spiders around us. Go, eat, I say to them. Kill all of them. The officer carrying me has enough time to get me to the police car, but not enough time to shut me inside before he is struggling to breathe. I look around and watch them all, scratching at their skin and clothes, digging at their throats, falling over, gasping for air. It isn't gratifying, but it feels like justice. Free now, I run into the house. Fred follows, pulsing madly. He is close enough to get the fuel from the work of the little spiders. I cry and cry and cry. Maybe I sleep, but time passes. When I next looked up, Fred is bigger than I ever imagined he could get. He nearly fills the living room, being as tall as a pickup cab. It's a horrible sight, and I want to get away from him. I run outside and wonder for a moment if I have found my solution after all. Fred is stuck inside the house, unable to fit through the door frame. I watch him as he struggles, his giant front legs sliding across the wood of the porch as he tries to get leverage and push through. But he is much too big now. As I watch, all of the emotions build up to a burst of loud laughter at his futile attempts. He is stuck. I stick my tongue out at him. I shout, "Neener, neener," and I laugh until my sides ache. Fred persists. There is a great cracking noise, and my laughter dies. What is happening? After another loud, splintering sound, the whole door frame breaks apart, and Fred bursts from the house. I scream. "Missy!" My father's voice calls to me from far away. "Daddy?" I'm so confused. I had just watched him die. "Missy, wake up." My father shakes me. I blink my eyes, disoriented, but then his face comes into focus. "It was just a bad dream, Missy." He holds me tightly in his arms. My body shakes and I'm freezing in the night air. I'm so drenched with sweat that my nightgown sticks to my skin. But I need to see. I twist in his arms so I can look around at the walls and the ceiling. The spider nest hasn't hatched. Yet. It is a ticking time bomb on the wall. I turn and peer off the side of the bed where Fred sleeps. He is still massive, yet no taller than the bed. I've been given one more chance. I have to figure out how to end this now. Chapter 37. Solution. I can barely eat my breakfast as I'm racking my brain with what to do. Mommy often told me there's always a way out. I just have to find it now. After breakfast, I head out for a walk in the woods. I'm surprised that the giant tarantula behind me can be so quiet. I look back over my shoulder several times to see for sure if he's still there. And, of course, Fred is following me. My dream from the night before unnerved me. It'll eventually happen. I don't know how long we have before the eggs hatch, but it won't be long enough. Daddy has been in a daze lately. He doesn't say much either. If I were to reveal to him my plan of killing myself, he would never let me out of his sight. I had to sneak away while he was doing the dishes this morning, as it is. He would have told me not to go far, but I feel like wandering today, even if it means that I get lost. What would Fred do then to keep me alive? Carry me back to the cabin? I laugh at the thought of riding a giant spider, but the picture in my mind scares me. I don't want to be that close to him. Fred only hurts me when he is hungry, but I don't trust him. I enter a clearing and am surprised to see a deer in the middle of a meadow eating its breakfast. I stand still and admire it. It's Bambi, I think, noticing the antlers on its head. The deer seems to be at peace, but I think that is a deceiving thought. It's always picking up its head, looking around, moving its ears every which way, listening for someone or something to sneak up on it. I've never tried feeding Fred animals. Maybe that is the solution. I wouldn't have to feel guilty for that. Fred just ate yesterday, but I need to keep him full. Until the police come, it's just Daddy and me at the house. Could Fred torment me enough that I would give in and give him Daddy? It would take a lot, but Fred is mean. I imagine him biting me over and over, leaving big bloody wounds on my body. How many would it take before I gave him my Daddy? The thought sickens me. I must try with the deer. Go eat it, Fred, I whisper. Fred doesn't move. He just stares at me with his big, glossy black eyes. They seem innocent enough, but I can see the evil behind them. An evil that thrives on human life. He doesn't even consume the bodies. Just killing them is enough. Kill the deer, I say again. Is he not hungry? Will he not eat until he commands me to feed him? Or is it the fact that it isn't a person? Maybe I am doing it wrong. It is never Fred that attacks the prey. It is the little spiders. There aren't many of them left. With the trees surrounding me, I can barely pick out a few of mine. Maybe the command needs to be to them. I speak quietly to the nearest one. Go get the deer. Kill it. Nothing moves. I have to assume that it's the deer that's wrong then, unless Fred just won't eat unless he's hungry. A loud bang rings out in the otherwise quiet forest, startling me. The deer takes 2 leaping steps and falls to the ground. A man in camouflage enters the clearing, carrying a rifle, and I nearly jump out of my skin. When my heart settles, I become disappointed. I wasn't done trying to get Fred to eat the deer. Then I realize that the hunter is out here alone. This is another opportunity to see if I can make Fred eat whenever. If I can, then I can lead him away from the cabin and keep him fed so my daddy isn't in danger. That is all that matters until I can figure out how to end it. I try to justify this action in my head. I don't know this person. He won't know it's coming. It will be quick. Plus, I need to know if I can command the little spiders. I close my eyes, point at the man, and say to the spiders, Get him. I don't know if it has worked or not. I have to give the spiders time to get to him, which doesn't take them very long usually. Then I have to wait for them to bite him enough that he feels it. To be sure that I have given a proper command, I repeat it directly. Kill him. My heart sinks. Some part of me knows that the spiders will kill him. This wasn't an accident. This wasn't because I was being tortured by Fred. I did this on my own. If he dies, I'm guilty. The man has reached the deer. He has his hunting knife out to field dress it. As soon as he kneels by it, he jumps back up again and starts patting at his clothes. As he gets more frantic, he takes off his camo jacket, then his shirt. Now his chest is bare, and he is clawing at the spiders that he can't see as they make their way around his body, injecting their venom into him. Soon after, he begins to claw at his throat as it closes up. Finally, he falls over, and after a few twitches, he stops moving. I have a sense of self disgust, but underneath, I feel as if I have just proved something valuable. I can at least control when and who Fred eats now. I hope. But what good does this do me? Just buy me a little time? I don't want to keep killing people. I want this to end. A sudden thought springs into my mind. The strange old lady with the rifle. She doesn't want to see me back. Maybe she will shoot me for trespassing. I sprint as quickly as I can in what I hope is the direction of the road. I hadn't wandered too terribly far into the woods, so when I meet up with the road, I am near her house. My adrenaline carries me the rest of the way. I don't even bother with the front door. I run around to the back and bang on the door. I keep banging until she yells out over the noise. What do you want? I told you not to come back. Well, I'm back, I holler at her. What are you going to do about it? Call the police, she retorts. No, don't, I beg. Please, I need your help. I'm not interested. I need you to shoot me. I'm not going to shoot you, little girl. Go away. I won't, and if you don't, then I'll make the spiders kill you. No, you won't. I can. I just did. Out in the woods, I had them kill a hunter. If you want to die, then have them kill yourself and leave me alone. The thought hits me hard. That was the answer all along. I can't make Fred kill me, but maybe, just maybe, I can make the little spiders kill me. I stood there stunned for a minute. You hadn't thought of that yet, huh? Says the voice from inside the house. Not too bright, are you? Of course, the answer was an obvious one, but I was afraid of what happened to the people that Fred consumed. Did they go to heaven or to hell? But there is no heaven for me. I, the murderer, don't deserve such a place as they talked about in Sunday school. Slowly, I make my way back down the road to the cabin. This is the death I deserve. I have inflicted it upon so many others, including my own mother. Will I get to see her again? I'm not too hopeful. Daddy is outside the cabin, calling for me when I get back. He sees me up on the road and runs out to me. Missy, where have you been? I was so worried. I'm sorry, Daddy. I got lost in the woods. I lie. I finally found the road and followed it back. Don't wander away so far next time. Yes, Daddy. That would be an easy promise to keep, as I'm not going anywhere again. Overwhelmed by what I must do and how much he'll miss me, I hug his leg hard. Hey, he lifts me. It's okay now. I lay my head on his shoulder as he carries me back. I have lunch ready. Are you hungry? He asks. I nod my head as my exertion has made me famished, but I don't believe I'll be eating lunch. I must get this over with before I lose my nerve. He sets me down when we get inside and I head upstairs. Hey, he calls out. I said lunch was done. I just need a minute, I respond without stopping. Yes, just a minute, because that is all the time it takes. I sit on the edge of my bed and stare at Fred. If this works, he will be gone too. A tear slips down my cheek. It's difficult to be brave right now. I muster up my courage to walk up to him and stand between his giant front legs. I reach out and stroke one. It is still soft like the kitten I held one time at the pet store. I used to stroke him and feel how soft he was when he was smaller, when he didn't scare me as he does now. This is it, Fred, I say. This is the end, and you can't stop it. Not this time. I've always been able to sense his emotions, and I can tell he is worried now. That gives me the hope and courage that I need to go through with this. Stepping back from Fred, I turn to the stairs and think about my daddy down there all alone. He's going to be all alone all the time now. Who will take care of him? More tears start to come. Not tears for myself, but for my father. He has been clinging desperately to me these past few days, but I must leave him. Something that I never thought I would do. I must not think of him. If I do, if I consider what it will be like for him to come up the stairs and find me dead, I'll lose my nerve. This is to protect him. I turn and sit on the bed and look around me at the remaining spiders. There are only about 10 left, I think. Come to me, spiders. Kill me. I don't have to say the words aloud. It has worked before just speaking in my head, and I don't want to risk my father hearing and coming up. 5 of the spiders begin to move towards me. It's working, I think, elated, but I want them all. I look at the spiders who haven't moved. All of you, I barely whisper. Come, kill me. That does it. They are all moving in my direction. The first 5 have reached me and begun to crawl on me. Unlike the other people they have killed, I can see what is going to bite me. I look up at Fred and smile. He is pulsing, but it isn't with a feeding frenzy this time. He is pulsing with rage because he knows that this is going to work. The bites aren't that painful as the spiders make their way onto my hands and up my legs. Hardly more than a bee sting, which is more surprising than painful. But the venom hurts. I can feel that as it enters my veins and works its way quickly through my body. I don't even try to push the spiders off. I don't know if I can. I just sit there, staring triumphantly at Fred, knowing that I have won. As the venom continues to travel through me, I feel it closing off my airway. I start to gasp for air and see that Fred is beginning to shrink in size. This brings me great satisfaction. There's a noise on the stairway. What are you doing up here, Missy? My father is coming up. He is going to watch me die after all. He reaches the top of the stairs and turns and sees me clawing at my throat. It's a natural reaction. I can't stop myself from trying to breathe. No, he yells. Missy! He runs to my side and flattens me on the bed. He plugs my nose and breathes into my mouth. It does no good. I get no air from it. He turns me on my side and sweeps his fingers through my mouth. My throat is swollen and completely blocked. The room is going dark. I turn my head, needing to see Fred one more time. I have to know what he looks like now. I can barely see him from the angle on the bed, but he is no larger than a cat now. How quickly he has shrunk. I know that he'll continue to shrink as I die. I close my eyes, accepting my fate. Soon I am no longer struggling for air. Everything is dark and peaceful. My father's voice fades. Chapter 38. Scars. And suddenly I sit up, gasping for air. My throat and lungs are raw and sore. The very air they crave hurts so badly that I don't know if it is worth it to breathe, but my body won't stop. It demands air. I feel confused, but I don't have the strength to look around or speak. I don't even know where I am or what has happened for a moment. Then the memories come flooding back, washing over me like a terrifying wave, and I know I have failed. Something went wrong. I'm not supposed to be here, and if I'm still here, then someone else is probably here as well. My father is holding me tightly. You're alive. You're alive. He keeps repeating as he rocks me back and forth, crying. I'm crying now, too, but for a different reason. I failed, and I don't know if I will have the strength to try again. The spiders biting me weren't so bad, but the memory of suffocating is awful. How can I make myself go through that again? Finally, I have the strength to look around, but this just causes me confusion. I stand up and look alongside the bed. Nothing. I walk to the end of the bed and look around the other side. Nothing. I look under the bed. Nothing. What are you looking for, Missy? My father asks. Fred, I respond, dazed. I don't see him. Did I die? Am I dead? I look around at the walls for any sign of the spiders. Not a single arachnid body is visible. Even the nest is gone. I look to my father for answers. If I'm dead, why is he here? I think you did die. Your heart stopped. He wipes his eyes and sniffs. Then how? He holds up his empty EpiPen, the adrenaline shot he carries around because of his allergy to bees. You gave me a shot? I ask. Right in the heart, he says, pointing at the spot on his chest. I was dead just long enough to destroy Fred. The relief is overwhelming, and I collapse into his welcoming arms. The police did come for us, but not as a SWAT team. Daddy was arrested for evading the police, but he didn't spend very long behind bars. I lived with my aunt for a couple of months until he was released and we could go back home. We stuck to the story that we made up after Fred was gone. There was some crazy person following me around, trying to kill me, which is why we ran. The murderers killed people around me with spiders, but they never succeeded in getting to me. While I don't think anyone believed our story, there wasn't enough evidence to accuse either of us of any of the murders. Just a few months later, we were living together in a new house in a completely different state. Neither of us wanted to be around anything that would remind us of what we went through. Most of the time, I can forget. The memories fade as I get older. Daddy eventually started dating someone and got remarried. I'm to have a brother soon. I'm at a new school and can make new friends without people thinking I'm the freaky spider girl. Nights are the worst. I often wake up clawing at my throat, feeling that drowning sensation again and again. I've gone from being a friend of spiders to being completely terrified of them. When I walk into a room, I can't help but look around to see if there are any present. I can't look at a picture of a spider in a book or see one on television without screaming and breaking down in tears. I never stop looking over my shoulder, expecting to find Fred, bigger than ever, following me around, wanting revenge. Chapter 39. Bread. The labor and delivery ward of the hospital is busy. My delicate sense of smell is overwhelmed with the odors of bleach, rubbing alcohol, urine, and blood. The scent of blood draws me in, but it is not my nourishment. I need someone particular to help me satiate my unquenchable hunger for life. The nurses, doctors, and patients all pass by without seeing me. No one sees me unless I want them to. No one except for those with the special gift. And she comes so rarely. They must be born during the correct moon in the right year. Sometimes I spend hundreds of years waiting for her. My senses tell me I have a chance here. I show up whenever there is an inkling of hope. For the bond to happen, I must meet her within hours of her coming into this world. If I miss my window even by a minute, it can be too late. I need to be one of the first few faces she sees. The year is right, and the month is right. Were a mortal adult able to see what I can see, it would drive them insane. The walls and ceiling around me are covered with other spiders, all smaller than me. They too wait, but they do so with less hope than I have. For them, there is no relief in sight. Their one purpose is to fulfill my needs. Each child that I find adds to their numbers by giving me souls, and those souls become trapped in my world with no hope of release. I am the firstborn son of Arachne, who was cursed by Athena to forever walk on 8 legs. Arachne never forgave Athena, but powerless to take her revenge upon the immortal, she raised me with the need to consume and collect lives. And collect is what I have done. I scurry down the hallway, following my instinct. My potential goal beckons to me like a beacon, like a light in the darkness. People pass by me, unaware of the devil in their midst and the host of 8 legged followers I bring with me. They converge together, following me as I move along, spreading out, claiming their own space when I stand still. The sound of a woman screaming in childbirth carries down the hallway. Yes, I think. Keep screaming. Push that child out into the world to become my next companion. Hope swells within me. The power I was gifted from Missy was intoxicating. I had never reached such a size before. Her love for her father led her to give in to me so easily. I imagine that if I collect enough souls or reach a size great enough, I can break through the barrier to the human world and have free reign. I won't have to rely on a human child for my sustenance. The thought makes me salivate. Venom drips from my fangs. I am so hungry. I haven't had a proper meal in years, and it will be years longer until I do. Please, Mother Arachne, let this be the child I am waiting for. The door to the delivery room is shut, but walls are nothing to me. I slip under the cracks, followed by my horde of spider drones. From there, I find a vantage point, a counter to climb, so I can watch my gift come into this world. A man is by the woman, encouraging her to push. Yes, my dear, push. I can hardly stand the anticipation. You're crowning, the female doctor between the woman's legs announces. I stretch to the height that my legs will allow. This is the one. I can't let her out of my sight. You're almost there, the doctor says. Just give me one more big push. The mother groans, then screams, and the baby slides out into the doctor's arms. You have a beautiful baby girl, the doctor says, laying the mess of the thing in her mother's arms. Everyone coos and ahs over the baby. I've seen it 100 times, and it bores me. I yawn inwardly. I wait impatiently until her parents are done holding her, and she is cleaned up and swaddled all snug and warm in her little plastic bed in the nursery. She never leaves my sight during this hour. Hurry up, mortals. I need to be near her by myself. Finally, the nurse lays her down in a room with a few other babies and turns off the light. I climb down from my counter viewpoint and climb up into the baby tub. There she is, sleeping so soundly, unaware of my presence. I settle in near her head. This is right. I can feel it. Weeks go by. I stay with her constantly, as close as I can. I sleep by her head every night, waiting. Then, one day, she wakes up from her nap and turns and looks at me. I make some movements. I wave my front legs up in the air to amuse her. She coos and smiles at me. Oh, look, her mother says, calling to the father. She's smiling her first smile. And now I know that she is mine. Note from the author. Thank you for reading my debut novel. I hope you enjoyed reading it as much as I enjoyed writing it. I was probably about 12. When I first wrote Spidersight as a 5-page short story. My sister and my best friend read it and encouraged me to continue the story. At the time, I didn't know how to make it longer. I never quit writing and worked on many other stories. In 2016, I rewrote Spidersight for NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month. A couple of months later, I paid an author friend of my sister to professionally edit the story. The editor was impressed with the story and encouraged me to keep polishing it. In January of 2022, I dug out the edits from 2017 and wrote another draft of the story. About the author. Tirzah M.M. Hawkins, that's me, is an author of all things dark, including horror, fantasy, and snippets of sci-fi. She began writing stories when she was 10 years old. Some of her favorite reads at that age were The Hobbit and The Chronicles of Narnia. Her older brother handed her Stephen King's Eyes of the Dragon when she was 12, and she hasn't stopped reading his book since. Her other favorite King books are The Talisman, Cell, Cycle of the Werewolf, It, The Stand, and she could go on and on. After watching too many horror movies at a young age, she has only recently been able to start sleeping with her feet uncovered at night. Her favorite hobbies are reading, writing, researching, singing, and listening to music. When you sign up for her newsletter, you can be the first to learn about her new works as well as receive reading recommendations of stories that she has enjoyed. So, thank you all for listening to this. I really hope that you enjoyed this casual audiobook experience. Please follow me for more horror, thriller, and dark fantasy stories written by me and other authors. And if you want a signed copy of Spidersight with hand painted and hand drawn edges, you can get a copy at TirzahMMHawkins.com. The link is in the description. See you next time.